Started last week talking about the responsibilities of a shepherd and the intentional choice to stop doing certain things, and pointed out that from the book of Ezekiel, the shepherd's job description is basically to feed the sheep, lead the flock, seek the wandering, and heal the hurting. I've had several ask me to kind of expand on some of that conversation, and I'll do so. I'm kind of working actually from some material that is in my last book on the science of shepherding. One of the things that we have to realize as pastors is that the people we lead, they're going to eat what we feed. And a shepherd, per the scripture, is obligated to feed the flock of God. Go back and read Ezekiel chapter 34 and the second verse. The charge against a bad shepherd was that you eat the fat, you kill them that are fed, but you feed not the flock. That's in the third verse. They received benefit from the flock, but they didn't take responsibility for the flock of sheep being nurtured and being made healthy. And the Lord was not pleased with that. It's interesting that not only did Ezekiel draw this conclusion, but in Jesus' last recorded conversation with Simon Peter, his word was, "Feed my sheep." The work of feeding for you and for me is a priority. It's never to be neglected. It's never to be made second. Now, what all of this does is actually a call to action. Ezekiel said, "Feed the flock of God." Jesus said to Peter, "Feed my sheep." My experience with caring for livestock is thankfully a long time in the past, but it's unforgettable. Caring for Dad's livestock was intentional behavior, whether it was putting some hay in the barn or moving the livestock from one part of the field to another. It was always intentional behavior. A well-fed flock, a well-fed church is not by accident. It is the result of intentional, consistent behavior that comes from a caring shepherd. It's not the inspiration of a sudden sermon. It's not, but it's constancy. It's pouring it out there in front of them on an ongoing basis. And this means perpetually preparing ourselves. And this is important because that health affects generations to come. How important is all of this? Well, Peter was not assigned the job of organizing or managing or dominating or manipulating or ordering about or compelling the sheep. The sheep were to be fed. It seems that Jesus imagined that if he fed the flock would certainly follow. King David was given the same task in 2 Samuel. It is, "Thou shalt feed my sheep." When Paul left a group of leaders in Ephesus, he instructed them, and this is in Acts 20, regarding the flock, that they were to feed the sheep. 2 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2, some of the last writing of Peter and some of the last in the scripture, commanded those who were in charge of the church to feed the flock of God, hearkening back to what Jesus told him. It seems that God is very serious about his people being well fed. If they're going to be well fed, we have to be intentional in our preparation, and we have to be strategic in what we put on the plate in front of them. We'll continue to talk more about how that unfolds in coming days. God bless.